Welcome to Card Corner. These are the cards, that's the corner. Today I've got these Marvel Beginnings Volume 2 Series 2 trading cards. I've opened up the Volume 2 Series 1 trading cards and I thought they were pretty fun, so I thought I would check these out. Here you can see they do a good array of all the different Marvel guys. Here you got Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then this is some odds. So I really liked some of the extra, like I guess you call them parallels. So let's check them out. And then I also really like the base sets because they are based on like characters instead of moments or what have you. So we'll open up maybe 3 of these packs and save the rest for another day. It's usually what we do, and it usually turns out pretty good. Well, look at that guy on the front. I don't know who a lot of these guys are, so you'll have to forgive me in advance for not knowing my stuff. But undercover retail exclusive red Supernova parallel cards. Not too sure what that means, but let's find out. Oh yeah, I do remember this sort of look of the back. First up we get The Thing, which is pretty cool. The Fantastic Four were definitely one of my more favorite comics growing up. I liked Batman and I liked Spider-Man, but to be honest with you, like as a kid, a lot of them seemed kind of boring to me. Maybe it's because they sort of went over my head, but I really liked the Fantastic Four. In 1961, cosmic ray exposure turned Ben Grimm into the Thing. And in 1976, after a run-in with Hulk, Grimm reverted to his human form. In 87, the Thing took over as the new leader of the Fantastic Four. I didn't know he got such a promotion. And in 2011, the Serpent turned the Thing into Angrier, Breaker of Souls. I missed that one. And they're also trying to, once again, to make the Fantastic Four movies a thing. I remember when I was in high school and afterwards, they kept trying to do that, but none of them were any good. So hopefully 3rd, 4th, 5th time's a charm. Next card we got is this Void card. It is a character I am not familiar with, but based on this picture, he seems pretty cool. Got like shadow fingers and evil smile. Let's see if we can't glean anything about his character from the back here. In 2000, a shadowy creature plagued the Sentry, aka Robert Reynolds. In 2010, the Void took control of Reynolds when he flew into the sun. In 2013, the Void left Reynolds for the White Hot Room, and in 2020, Null killed Reynolds and absorbed the Void. None of that means anything to me, but if you have read comics since the 2000s, I think that you'd probably get something from that. All right, here we get the Trick Shot. I guess he is some sort of sharpshooter. He's got his arrow pack there. In 1969, Charles Barton, Clint's brother, seemed to die aiding the Avengers. And in 1988, Origin orphans Clint and Charles ran away and joined a carnival. I guess the circus was too cliche. 2011, Baron Zemo revived Charles, the new trick shot, to kill Clint. And in 2015, Charles vanished after he and Clint fought the Tracksuit Mafia. Like Russians or Eastern Europeans of some sort. They're always wearing tracksuits. And here is our, I guess, special card for the pack. It is Ares. Pretty cool. I didn't always like the fact that they just quote unquote ripped off Thor, but I've really come to appreciate that sort of mixture of pop fiction and like a mythology. So Ares, the son of Zeus and Hera. Ares was a Greek god of war. When Zeus allowed worship of the Olympians to fade, he forbade Ares from presiding over his realm, causing Ares to resent his father. Eventually, Ares was shunned by his fellow Olympians and even Zeus for his enmity. Pretty cool parallel. Got the lightning all around him. And here we have another character I don't know. It is Energizer. Keeps going and going, I guess. 1984, an alien gave powers to Energizer and her siblings. 86, Energizer and the Power Pack fought Sabretooth. In 2005, Energizer declined the offer to join the Great Lakes Avengers. Like Avengers centered around the Great Lakes. 2018, Energizer and the Power Pack teamed up with Gwenpool. If Energizer is your favorite Marvel character, let me know in the comments. That pack was okay. I think that my favorite card is probably the Thing card. Or is it just Thing? So many things in fiction, but he's definitely the first thing that I became aware of when I was a kid. Well, maybe the Addams Family hand guy. Alright, pack number 2. Starting us off, it is Brood. Looks kind of like a Zerg. I kind of like this, the layout, because what they seem to be doing here is they have the more modern picture here, and then the classic picture, the beginnings picture, if you will, down there. You got Ben Grimm as the Thing, you got Energizer, and this one I guess is a newer character, maybe. Doesn't look as old. And Void. Alright, Starship Troopers Brood here. In 1982, the X-Men battled Deathbird and her Brood alien allies. In 83, Binary helped the X-Men of the Brood implant in them. In 99, the Brood set up the Contest of Champions to eliminate Earth. I feel like that's somewhat derivative of Dragon Ball Z. In 2010, Origin revealed the Brood invaded Egypt in 2620 BC. All right, here we've got Typhoid Mary, which I think is based on a real lady who got typhoid. In 88, Kingpin offered Typhoid Mary a fortune to seduce Daredevil. In 97, Mary hired Deadpool to free her, but her alters had other plans. In 2003, Mary, an actress, forgot her past, but Kingpin brought Typhoid back. And in 2013, Lady Deathstrike recruited Typhoid to the Sisterhood of Mutants. Typhoid Mary. That's kind of funny. All right, here we've got a parallel of Jimmy Woo. Jimmy Woo. 1956, the government asked Jimmy Woo to locate Yellow Claw. Jimmy Woo, in 1967, advised S.H.I.E.L.D. on Project Blackout. In 2013, Origin Woo helped save Howard Stark's unborn child Arno. And in 2013, Woo co-founded a super school to train gifted Asian youths. So like the Asian Charles Xavier. So I think that finish is pretty good. You had the shiny finish in the background, but then the character itself is solid, helps him pop out pretty good. Here is Super Adaptoid. Looks like he's got some like Iron Man thing going on there. I like his face from the olden days. In 66, AIM built a humanoid that copied looks and abilities. In 66, Super Adaptoid copied the Avengers' powers. In 88, the Adaptoid sent a team of robots to attack Hydro Base. And in 2007, the Adaptoid found purpose in space with the Phalanx. Super Adaptoid. I'm not sure if that's a deep cut or what. It could just be that these guys just didn't make the MCU, so that's why I don't know about them. I read some Marvel comics, but I haven't gotten too deep, and usually when I read it, I'm sticking to characters I've heard of already. In 84, Cypher helped Warlock communicate with the New Mutants. In 85, Warlock first bonded to Cypher in battle as a suit of armor. In 88, Cypher died a hero by taking a bullet meant for Rain Sinclair. And in 2010, Cypher was revived with magic and a techno-organic virus. Alright, kind of weak pack. I don't really know that I recognize too many characters. I guess the Jimmy Woo is the best for the shiny factor. And I'm going to open one last pack for you guys. Going to save the rest for another day. Thinking I might do a video with a bunch of these ones that I've saved up. Maybe from some special channel milestone, who knows. Alright, so we get Clea. Floating those books around her. Doing some spells. In 64, Clea had eyes for Doctor Strange when he fought Dormammu. In 82, Clea left Strange and returned to her home, the Dark Dimension. In 85, Clea usurped Umar as ruler of the Dark Dimension. And in 2022, when Strange died, Clea assumed his title as Sorcerer Supreme. Oh, she's the one replacing Doctor Strange in the new movies, maybe? They seem to be doing that with all of the characters that everyone loved from the movies. Alright, here is Phantom X. Phantom X? I'm not sure. 2002, alleged mutant thief Phantom X hid out with the X-Men. And in 2011, Phantom X shot a young Apocalypse when X-Force faltered. In 2012, Skinless Man slew Phantom X after he rescued Psylocke. And in 2017, the Astral Plane revived Phantom X had a fling with Mystique. Getting all around the MCU there, or MCU as in comic universe. Alright, here is Magma. Looks slightly derivative of the Human Torch. It's kind of a cool portrait there at the bottom, though. In 84, Magma left Nova Roma to join the New Mutants. In 87, Magma quit the New Mutants and joined the Hellions. And in 2017, it's like a 30-year difference there. Wonder what she was doing that time. Kitty Pryde rescued Magma from the dark influence of Mesmero. And in 2019, Magma was on fire as a chief stunt coordinator at Studio X. On fire, get it? All right. And here we get Trish Tilby. 1986, reporter Trish Tilby covered X Factor for WARC TV. In 89, Tilby dated Beast but struggled with his transformation. In 95, Tilby broke news of the legacy virus as well as Beast's trust. And in 2001, Tilby broke up with Beast to preserve her broadcast career. Poor Beast. All right, and our last card is Parallel of Thing. Although, not sure how this happened. Like, this was in the middle of the pack, and none of the other cards got damaged like that. That's unfortunate. I don't think I was that rough on it, but like, even if I was, I believe all the other cards would be dented. That's really too bad. This one is a black base. Which, how rare is that one? Okay, it's 1 in 30, so it's not like crazy rare or anything. Still. All right, guys, I'm not going to go over the Beast, I'm not going to go over Thing because I saw his card already, but this is what that black border parallel looks like. Let me know in the comments which cards were your favorite. I have to say, I'm kind of not as happy with the cards that I opened in this set compared to the other ones. Maybe it's because it's volume 2. They're sort of like, or series 2. They're kind of digging the bottom of the barrel on some of these characters. I've never really heard of much of any of them. Let me know in the comments which card was your favorite. I actually really do like this Adaptoid portrait. Like the video if you had a good time at all. If you want to see more card related nonsense, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to trade for any of these Marvel Beginnings cards, the information on how to do that is on the About page of the YouTube channel. So our pulls, I feel like, were kind of weak, but that just means that we're going to get some bangers the next time we open one of these packs. Anyway, this was Card Corner, opening these Marvel Beginning cards. Take it easy.